Hi everyone, my name is Grejdi. I am a fourth year student going to my fifth and final year of studies in economics with a minor in finance. I've been currently co-op for the past year and a half, so that's been my COVID experience so far. I am originally from Albania, long from here, and then I'm currently situated in Toronto.
Hi everyone, my name is Vedika. I am a Ryerson grad and I graduated this year, and I graduated from the School of Professional Communications, which is super fun, loved it. And yeah, I'm from Mumbai, India, and I live in Toronto now.
And hi everyone, my name is Zainab. I am a fourth year student in the journalism program, so just finishing up my last year this upcoming fall. I am an international student from Dubai, and I'm based in Dubai right now, which is why I have all this lovely sunlight. So happy to be here. For starters, I think it was my parents' dream actually long before mine. I just remember like as we were growing older, my dad was like, "Oh, let's look at the States, let's look at Canada, let's look at the UK." I don't know, maybe it's something with just brown parents. They like want you to venture off, and when you get the opportunity, you want to take it. So it started from there, and then obviously as we grew older, my brother and I, we wanted to explore somewhere new. We wanted to meet new people. And even though I have a fear of airplanes, I wanted to travel to a new country and explore it, and I guess that's where my journey started.
I'm going to share a quick story on how me just losing my high school elections made me want to buy a ticket and just pack everything and move to Canada. Long story short, that's what happened. I ran for the presidential high school elections in my last year of studies. I lost them, and I was always up for a challenge. I was upset at myself. I was upset at some other people. So I was like, you know what? Let's pack up and go at a new environment where I can see some new challenge and potentially face them with pride. I was up for a challenge. I wanted to broaden my experiences. I wanted to meet more people and push my limits in a way. So that's why I felt like moving to a new country to complete the last semester of my high school studies and my university studies was something that was fit for me.
As for me, I picked up a map and I was like, how far away from the chaos can I get? And it was either Canada or Australia for me, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go to the cold. Let's go to the north, and the rest is history. And here I am. This has to be like hands down one of my top Ryerson memories. This was orientation week, my first year. I think it was the first day of like living in residence, and this was in Kerhal Quad, and at the time our residence capacity was not that big, so all of residence could fit in the quad, and every student leader to ever exist was in the center of this circle of first year students doing this gigantic cheer off, and it was just screaming and chaos, and I felt the most at home in that moment. I was like, you know what, like this is it. Like I want to be part of this group of people who are doing such good work, and that's kind of how the rest of my university life kind of snowballed, and I ended up working in residence, and that gave me these connections and these people and friends who are family.
So I was on the journalism course union for like 3 years. The past 3 years that I've been here, I started as a first year rep, ended as president. And while the last two were more or less during the pandemic, my first year was a great way to start. And we have this event called J Formal, which is quite literally like prom for journalism students. And it was just unreal. I remember going there, getting super dressed up in like this long velvet blue dress. And I remember just feeling like in that moment, everybody knew everybody was a family. It didn't matter whether you hadn't spoken to somebody in class before, whether you hadn't hung out with them. Everybody left that night feeling like best friends, and I just thought it was such a great moment to look back on, because I think in that moment I was looking back at my fears and thinking, wow, I was so afraid, and here I am so happy, surrounded by people who are so great, and it was just a really great moment to have.
It's my move-in day as a residence advisor, so going full circle, helping students move in and helping students feel like they're moving in a place that they can potentially call second home. And to be honest, what was the most heartwarming thing from that experience was the look at a parent's face when they were dropping their kids off, seeing such energetic and welcoming people and feeling like they're leaving their kid in a safe place. And that's what meant a lot to us as like student staff in a sense, because in the end of the day, yeah, students know that they're going to the university, but they don't know what they're up for most of the time. Like new things pop up all the times, but parents know the experience. They've gone through it before, most of them. So yeah, just seeing that parents feel good with leaving their kids on our hands in a sense, that made me feel kind of proud of ourselves as a team. I play very obnoxious Albanian loud music, whatever the audience is. It doesn't matter if it's a country party with a bunch of Ryerson students from Saskatchewan. It really doesn't matter. At some point in the party, I will play my Albanian music and I will feel proud of it. I felt so great when the Albanian Independence Day would come by, and I made this known to a couple of my friends during training in residence. Hey guys, like whoever wishes me Happy Independence Day gets a treat, like it will be close to my heart forever, whatever. Even my boss sent me a message. He's like, Happy Independence Day. So that's something that I've been doing to keep touch and just keep ties with my culture back home.
Something that I started doing was throwing a Diwali party, and they're nodding because they've been to them. I take pride in my Diwali parties, and it's just a space for all my friends to dress up in Indian clothes and, you know, come to this room, I guess, my apartment, and eat good food, listen to fun music, and just be in community and have a good time and forget the stress of exam season at the time.
Going to mosque during times when, you know, there were like events that happened in Islam and stuff, like that's very common. You know, especially during like a month or 2 months of the year when people are going to mosque like every night, stuff like that. That was something that I used to do here, go with my family. And I'm glad that I got to do that in Toronto too. So we had a community mosque in Thornhill, which is pretty far from downtown. But it was nice to make the time to go, and sometimes it would be good to disconnect from campus. So there would be times when I would just like be gone from campus for like 5 days to a week, and that's just because like there was, you know, something happening at mosque. I would take time off work, I would take time off school, and I would go there, stay with my cousins, you know, and just immerse myself, I guess, in the community. And that was really nice for me to sort of be in tune with it. I didn't get to go to mosque super often, again, just because I was super far from it, but it was nice to know that it was there and that the community it was never like, oh, you don't show up, we don't know you're around here, that sort of thing. It was nice that people always welcomed you with open arms. I would say I have learned that I'm good at what I do and that I'm a hard worker. And the reason that I say this is because a lot of us have suffered from imposter syndrome, or not feeling like we're good enough, or not feeling like we're good at what we do. And you receive compliments and you're like, no, like not true, stop. No, I have learned to own the things that I do. That's because they didn't come easy, they didn't come by luck, they came through hard work, they came through perseverance, they came through trial and error and hours of my life being put into it. So I've learned to acknowledge that and acknowledge that I am a good journalist, I'm a hardworking employee, and I give my all into everything. So tomorrow if someone's going to compliment me on being a good journalist, I know how to accept that compliment because it is true.
For me, something that I learned about myself as an international student was my work ethic. I love what I do and I'm good at what I do, and to do it with like, yes, I'm good at it and I love it and I want to do it and be anchored in my work ethic is something that I learned about myself, and also to be unapologetic for being a loud brown woman.
I learned to put emphasis in my skills and experiences no matter what they were, because they were well appreciated. I would say I took on every opportunity I could, no matter what the requirements were. And I strive to learn those requirements along the way. For other international students, I want to say that nobody's perfect. The ones who succeed are the ones who really take initiative and have faith in surpassing their own limits. And in the end of the day, are able to make meaningful connections. So be yourself, remember your roots, and go kill it.